There are a number of ways to manage open orders and positions within Rival. One, we'll look at a couple different components in this video from which orders can be managed. Starting on the left-hand side with the ladder. In our crude oil futures here, I've got a couple of 10-lot buys working below the market and a couple of 10-lot sells above the market. The sells are at both working at the same price. An order within the ladder can be, working order can be canceled with a single left click. That will cancel the order immediately. Orders can also be modified by clicking and dragging. So left click drag, I can drag this order up to a price of 83 in this case, manipulate that any way that I want. In addition, you see that when I hovered over that order, our floating order pop out is displayed. This can be hidden if that's your preference. But from this floating order ticket, you can modify the price and the quantity. So if I want to modify this to an 8-lot, I can do that. Or if I want to tick this up a couple of ticks, I can do that here from the floating order book. This is particularly useful when you've got multiple orders working at the same level. So up here at 58.99, I've got two 10 lots working. If I want to modify only one of them, perhaps I want to bring one of them closer to the market, I can modify one at a time without having to drag both. If I do have multiple orders working at the same level, I can drag them both with a single left click and drag. Or I can use that floating order book. In addition, from the ladder, there are a number of ways to cancel orders, canceling individually with a single left click. But if I hover over my buy sell column, we see the cancel buy and cancel sell orders buttons exposed. Clicking cancel buys or cancel sells will of course cancel only those orders. This order confirmation, the cancellation pop-up can be turned off at your discretion as well. But if I cancel all buys, there's that. We also, in the ladder, in this bottom panel that can be exposed with the arrow, you can cancel all orders. Now this cancel all button will cancel only orders that are in the specific instrument. So we see, for example, I have a couple Microsoft orders working over here, but if I cancel all from this crude oil ladder, only my crude oil orders are canceled. From the depth ticket, if you're trading equities, I've got a 100-lot buy working here in Microsoft or an 800-lot sell. Clicking on the X here will cancel the order. I can also modify it. If I select that order, I can now change the order attributes up top. So I can tick this down if I choose, or maybe increase my quantity to 200 and modify that order. We see that working. And again, a single left click will cancel that order. A way that you can manage all your orders from one spot is through the order book. So I'm going to go ahead and place a couple more orders back in here in both Microsoft and in crude oil. Let's place a couple 10-lot buys and a 10-lot sell. So from the order book, you can modify individual orders by double-clicking on the price or the quantity. So if I want to modify this Microsoft order, I can double-click on that price. Let's tick that down a couple of cents. Notice that this is highlighted in yellow. This indicates this is a staged change. This has not gone into effect yet. So we still see this order working at 512.29. If I change my mind, I want to revert, fine, I'll revert, nothing has changed. But if I do want to change that price, I'll click Save. And we see that price is now updated to 26, both in the depth ticket and in the order book. I can do the same with quantity. If I want to change this to a 500 lot, again, it's a stage change until I hit save, but I'll hit save and now we're working 500 lot in Microsoft. With the X button, the cancel button over here, I can cancel individual orders, but this cancel all from the order book is your sort of master cancel. This is can also be thought of as a panic button. Canceling all from here will cancel all orders in all products. So we see now all of our Microsoft orders and our crude oil orders are canceled. When it comes to managing open positions, the portfolio can be very useful. Looking at the position column in your portfolio, a single left click on that position will open up an order ticket defaulted to the opposite side of what you have on. So in this case, I'm long 10. This will default to a sell ticket. This is a very easy way to flatten your position. So clicking on that position value to open an order ticket and then submitting, I will sell 10. So there we go, I sold 10 crude oil and I'm now flat. This can be done for options as well. So I have a couple of LO options, crude oil options on in the Deist contract. I can flatten those with a single click there as well. Sold a 10 lot of those 66 half calls, and we see I'm flat there. Likewise, with equities, you can do the same thing. You do not need to flatten or, in fact, even close this position. If I want to add to this position, I can certainly do that with a buy order, and I can control my price here. So let's do that at 513. So I can add to my working orders from the portfolio as well using that position column.